Hard work beats talent. Hi, this is Kalpana Reddy from Krishi High School. Today I am here to discuss about class 6 chapter from food gathering to food growing, the earliest people, right? So in the previous session children, we have learned about how there was a like I mean to say change in the thinking of early man. So how slowly he like he started thinking and he started like I mean to say understanding the nature. Okay, and he started using the resources what was available in the uh, forest, isn't it children? So that all we have discussed in the previous session, that means in the last session, right? So today I'm here to continue the chapter children. And before moving into the topic, I would like to wish you all a happy and a healthy morning, right children? Okay, hope everyone is doing great. And I want everyone to be connected with the school messages, buy the books if you don't have, because there are few activities and the worksheets which will be assigned in the workbook children. So I want everyone to purchase the books also. Is that clear to you? Yes children, so I want everyone to purchase the books, right? So let's let's move into the class children. So one second, yeah. So as we have learned that as we have learned that how the early man gradually like he changed himself. He started using he picked the things from here and there. Then he I mean to say consumed a few things and he came to one conclusion and all, isn't it children? So those things we have discussed, right children? So today now let's move into the topic. So tools, what kind of tools the early man used? The earliest people used tools were made of stones, bones and wood. See, generally nowadays for plowing the land or for hunting and all, generally we use guns and all, isn't it children? For plowing the lands we use the tractors. We have the advanced technique of machines, isn't it? Which helps the farmer to cultivate the crops, isn't it children? But in the olden days, in the early period, what happened, there was no such kind of tool. So what the early man did, so how he started like using the tools for hunting. Yes, so the earliest people used tools were made of stones, so that were made of stones, bones and wood children. Initially large stone were given sharp edges by very careful breaking with another stone. So what they used to do children, they used to pick two stones and they used to rub it like this, the sharp edges, and they used to give a give a shape to that particular stone, uh, the sharp edge, so that it will help out in hunting the animal, so that they can hit by using that tool. Is that clear to you? So in the image also I have shared it. If you have any doubt, you can just clear it children, right? So it was like similar to axe. Okay, it was, you know what do you mean by axe? So it was similar to axe. Okay children, the tool enable them to cut flesh, dig the earth for tubers and hunt animals. So this tool what they use to cut the flesh, to dig the earth, or like for digging, yes, and even for hunting the animals. So there was a multiple ways to use that tool children, right? So after thousands of years they began to make fine small pieces of from hard stone were called as microlith. So after this is a microlith stage, isn't it? So what they did, so this stage was called as microlith. Okay, so stone age, right children? So here what happened, so they after few thousands of years ago, slowly what they did, they start begin means they started making fine with a small piece of hard stone which were called as microlith. Okay children, these are used for digging soils, chop the trees for the barks, remove the skin of animals, cut meat and bones, etc., right children? So they were used for digging the soil, chopping the trees for the bark, remove the skin of animal and meat, etc. So here, so in the image you can see, and here is the process like how they made the tools, how they made the tools. So you can see the process started with a large piece of rock, then the human shaped the rock with the stone hammers. Okay children, using a hammer made of wood, stone or another, they sharpened the edges. Okay, so you can see they were, means they used to hit like this, right, children? Okay, they trimmed the edges by prying off tiny flags with pointed sticks. Okay, then this is the finished hand axe. Okay, children. So they started trimming. Trimming means making sharpening. Okay, so if you take any rough item and if you keep on sharpening, it becomes smooth, isn't it, children? Yeah. So next, move to the next slide. Yeah, so fire. So how we, so nowadays we all are cooking on a gas stove, isn't it? Even like if you ask your, like if you see in your houses also, like your mom is using a gas stove only. Generally we all have gas stoves now, isn't it, children? So we are using the gas stoves for preparing cook. But do you think what was the situation? Have you ever thought that like what was the situation long time back, if you go in the early period, how this fire was discovered? So, actually, the discovery of fire by the early people brought about changes in their life. So, before that, they used to eat only raw flesh. They don't know how to cook also. They didn't even I have the idea to cook also, children. So they actually means they were not aware of all this process. So just they used to roam here and there, and whatever they used to find, and they used to gather the things and they used to eat away, hunt the animals. That's all, whatever is there. Like if they find any fruits on the trees, they used to just pluck and eat. If they find anything flesh animal flesh, they used to hunt animal and they used to eat like that raw only. Okay, children. So but so then when they started cooking, okay, cooking the flesh, they started slowly. How? So how it happened actually? The discovery of fire by the early people brought about changes in their lives. They made fire by striking two stones. They made fire by striking two stones. They eat roasted meat in place of raw meat. Now what they started, they started eating roasted means, yeah, simply like they have taken like I mean say a piece of chicken leg or mutton or whatever it is, a flesh, and they started roasting in the fire. Okay, frying, like roasting generally. Understood, children? And started eating like this. So now they stopped eating the raw meat. So after eating like that, they found it more tasty as compared to the raw meat. Okay, so after roasting what they have consumed, so they found it more tasty as compared to the raw meat. So what happened? Slowly they started cooking the food. They learn how to cook the food after the discovery of fire. They also use fire to keep off animals and provide light in their caves. So not only for cooking, they also used this fire for lighting the caves, for light, because that there was completely dark, isn't it? So they used this fire for lighting the cave as well as to protect themselves from wild animals. Okay, children. Then nomadic life. Earliest people used to live in a small groups in the caves, under trees, under rocks, etc. They led mobile life, constantly moving from one place to another, were called nomads. So what exactly nomads are? Nomads are the person who move from one place to another. So this is a very like I mean to say what I can say, it's a familiar term. It comes normally like in all the, mostly in all two to three chapters you'll find this word definitely somewhere or the other, children. So nomads are the person or the people who migrate from one place to another. There will not be any stability. They'll migrate from one place to another in search of their livelihood. Okay, children. So here, but do you think that like we people also do means there's some section of people still they follow the same thing only, but most of the people now they found their permanent settlements, but there are still few section of people who migrate from one place to another place in search of their livelihood. Okay, so the early man was also similar to that only, children. So he used to migrate, or he used to move from one place to another place, so that is called nomads. Okay, so they used to move in a groups. Painters. So you can what do you mean by painters? How they started painting actually? The early people drew pictures of animals and hunting scenes on the walls of many caves and rock shelter. So what they did, so whatever the like animals they have saw during wandering here and there, so what, in the night or whenever they used to get the leisure, they used to draw the pictures or the images of those things, okay, in the caves or on the walls of the caves with the rocks. At that time there was no painting brush or like colors and all. So they used rocks. They used rocks, and they used to what do you inscription, what we call actually. So they used to like means write it on the wall. Okay, children. Different color stones were ground and mixed with animal fat, then painted on the rocks with the bamboo brushes. So they used the bamboo brushes too after slowly after few years. So they started using the bamboo brushes to like paint. Understood, children? And different color stones were ground and mixed with animal fat. And what for coloring, what they used to do, they used to get a pebbles of different colors. They used to ground it, means make a powder of it, and they used to mix it with animal fat, and they used to color with that. Okay, so drawing picture like these had some religious important for them. So why they used to do that means they have some religious belief. They had some religious belief. Okay, children. So here in this image you can see how they used to cook. Okay. Okay, here in this image you can see how they used to draw on a walls of the cave. At present, several group of people live by hunting and gathering food in different parts of the world. In Andhra Pradesh, the Yanadis and the Chenchus still very recently lived in this manner. So they are the tribes, children. So in Andhra Pradesh, if we talk, so they still migrate from one place to another place in search of food. Okay. Now, shared livings. The women and men both participate in hunting and food gathering. So now what they started moving in a groups, and even the women and men, they supported each other, children. Okay, women and children were not active in food gathering and hunting of a small animal. So here, generally when they go for a hunting of a small animal, so women and children, they used to stay back. Okay, rest of the time they used to support the men. Hunting gatherers share the food they collect with all the members of the group. So whatever they hunt, what they will do, children? So after hunting, whatever the flesh they'll get out of that animal, they'll divide, and they will divide per head. Okay, children, in the group. Is that clear to you? They did not have any rich or poor among them. They were all treated equally. So there was no barriers between rich and poor, children. So there was no barrier between rich and poor. Everyone was equal in those times. So they distributed whatever they used to do. They used to treat each other equally. So here in this image also you can check, children. Okay. Yeah. From gathering to growing food. Now we'll talk about from gathering to growing food. So slowly what happened, now they started like cooking the food, and they started like settling down in one single cave instead of moving here and there. So like that, what happened, children, they started even growing the food also. So how it went on, we will see now, right? Around 12,000 years ago, there were a major changes in the climate of the world as it is increasingly became warmer. It led great change in natural vegetation as large forests were converted into grassland, right? So the grassland provide fodder for grazing animals like cattle, sheep, and goat. They begin to contact closely with the grassland and animals. They gradually tried to control them. So there was a change in the like climate, we can say, children. And so here what happened, the great so it led to the change in the natural vegetation. As a large forest, it converted into a grassland, and that become like what we can say a grazing point for the animals. It become a grazing point for the animals. Now these grasslands, it provided a fodder for the grazing animals like cattle, sheep, and goat. So as we have already discussed in the previous session, that how like they came to know that okay, this animal is like not harmful for us, this we can domesticate. Okay, so slowly they came to know everything. Okay, these all are the perception, children. Okay, they begin to contact easily with the grasses and animals. They gradually try to control them. So here you can see the image. So learning to grow crops and tend animals. Men, women, and children probably keenly observed the places where edible plants were found, how new plants sprouted from seeds, etc. They begin looking after plants, protecting them from birds and animals so that they could grow and the seeds could ripen again. When people came into contact with each other, they learned from each other how to grow and use different kinds of crops and vegetables. So generally, like how they learned, how they got the idea of growing crops or like for growing plants. That means it might be like, for example, they might have gathered some in some place for a few months. So all of a sudden they might have absorbed few plants growing and uprooting from seeds and all. Okay, then they started, okay, and they might have tasted it, okay, and they found it very tasty. So then they thought that, okay, to save or protect them from animals and birds, so that they can ripen again, they could ripen again, and that they can use it, use for their own consumption. Understood, children? So in this way they started growing different kinds of crops and vegetables. Domesticating of animals. When people sow selected crops and protect them till they bear fruits, or when they allow selected animals to breed and protect them for their own use, it is called domestication. So, what is domestication, children? When people sow selected crops, okay, and protect them till they bear fruits, and if they allow some selected animals to breed and protect them for their own use, okay, if you start domesticating few animals for your own use which are not harmful, okay, so it is called as domestication. That means whatever you're doing for your own like with your own purpose, okay, when you select crops and protect them to bear fruits, is that creative? Then that is called domestication. Initially people participated shifting agriculture like the puddu, you know na, Poddu farming. Already in like previous lessons you have learned what do you mean by poddu farming. Shift cultivation, isn't it, children? And also combined a little hunting and gathering from the forest along with the growing crops. They had to combine farming with rearing animals which were needed for plowing, transporting, and for manuring the soil. So they had to combine farming with rearing animals. Why? Because animals can be used for plowing and transporting and even manuring the soil. Okay, children. Domestication of animal. When people saw, okay, this already the slide finished, right? So that one is repeated, children. Yes, settle now. Now, what happened once when they started growing the crops and domesticating the animals? Now they got an idea to settle down in one particular place instead of moving here and there. Okay, children. At the harvest time, they go so much. They got so much grain that they could not eat it all at once. It had to be stored for long period. This means that people had to stay in one place and built hours to store the grain. When people are staying at one place become inevitable, they constructed huts for stones, wood, mud, and dried grasses. Vessels were needed to store and cook grains, water, milk, etc. It led to making of pots also. So here what happened, children? Now we know that they started growing the crops, so they got it a huge like I mean say output, I can say, or like more quantity of grains which they can't consume at a single time. So now it need to be protected or it need to be stored. So now what happened, they started storing them. Okay, and for that they need to settled in one single place. They can't move, they can't leave those grains and go move to some other place. For that they have to stay there only, yes, for storing it. So now they what they started they started living in a huts which are made up of stone, wood, and mud, and dry grasses now. Okay, and here what happened, now they need the vessels for storing it, for cooking grains, water, milk, etc. Now they started making pots also. Okay, children. So here in the image you can check. Cooking also required the making of stoves and stones for grinding corn, etc. They also found some grains which got over roasted in fire and thus were preserved for all these years. They developed new kind of tools called neoliths. So now from the here what happened, children? They developed the new kind of stones which are called neolith. They selected the right kind of stone, which was ground on rocks to give it an axe, like edge with wooden handle and used to cut a tree. Now, previously they had only one single stone, sharpened it, okay. But now in the Neolith, what happened, children? They attached a wood to that, which like resembles as an axe only, children, okay. After the new kind of stone tools, that this period of early agriculture is called Neolithic period. So this period is called Neolithic period. Okay, children. Yeah. So the last slide. Earliest evidence of cultivation of crops from Baluchistan about 9,000 years ago, Kashmir around 5,000 years ago, and Bihar some 4 or 5,000 years ago. So we have few evidence of cultivation from these all places, children. Cattle were pegged in special places in which a lot of cow dung used to dry and accumulate and set fire on a festival day, causing the ash mounds. Okay, children, and ash mounds are found in Karnool, Mehboob and Anantapur. So, along with cow dung, ash, Neolithic stone, axes, stone blades, and rudimentary handmade pots were found. Is that clear to you, children? So, the evidence where we got from these places like Kashmir around 5,000 years ago, Bihar. Okay, so and what they used to do, they used to peg the cattle in a special places which a lot of cow dung used to dry and accumulate and set fire on a festival day and causing the ash mount. Understood, children? Is that clear to you? So so this is how slowly they developed and they started learning the things. They started like implementing the thoughts what they got, what they striked in their minds, and they started putting in a practical way, and they learn new and new things slowly, children, gradually. Is that clear to you? So with this, I'm going to wind up today's session, children, and homework I'm going to update in WhatsApp as well as in Google Classroom. Okay. So for this session, I don't think so. I'll give you written homework. Just you read the lesson, children. This lesson you read it. This is your homework. You have to read the topics till what we have covered in this lesson, right, children? Okay. So with this, I'm going to just wind up the class. Thank you for being connected with me. Just take care and bye bye.